You went to a you yep. Right now you got a lot of people that say forget about school. You're all about school, but I also think they are really rewarded. So tell me why. If you're gonna have a business, if you don't understand accounting, you need to be behind the ball. You had a guy that know that, but still have to create you, right? I mean, there's people that don't understand the concept of the difference between profit and cash. You know, oh, your accountant might tell you you're profitable, but your cash is going down. Not understanding a breakdown, and when you don't, you think you need to college to learn that? Yeah, I think you do, right? Because for some people, it's so motivated that you can take an online course in coding and teach yourself everything you can anyways. But most people aren't. I'm not saying you have to go to India. I'm not saying it's massive cool. I'm not saying you go to a medical college to take accounting and spend 99 bucks for class. Just, spending the money forces you to be more obligated to do it. But accounting, finance, leisure, studying marketing, sales is core after that they are all the language of business. And so it's possible to teach yourself these things that why it's possible to hide them. You stay in your own company, you don't want to have spend so many hiring an accountant. And so your cost of opening a business, you're roughly even more important in order tasks, blocking and tackling a language business. The thing I learned that in the it was more than anything else. I learned how to learn. The learning became more formidable to me because when you're certain in business, it's always going to be changing. If not always learning to this minute, if constantly learning, if I'm not just absorbing as much as I can, absorb someone else is going to kick my ass. Rather than paranoia, it requires a source of your paranoia is to acknowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, if you're not learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have thirst learning acquiring information, you as well. People like to say, the one is stupid question you don't want to ask them, right? Because the question you ask them tell me to only worry about you, anything else you do. Because in a particular tell me it's about your preparation. If you ask me a question about just basic things you have no and you should have that or science, it's going to disqualify you almost more than anything. Do you think there needs to be a healthy level of paranoia? Absolutely, there needs to be. Oh yeah. I mean, I always say, for everyone, business I said, who do to get me out? No one asks. Everything we have, there's somebody trying to put into a business, but there's somebody trying to take a bit out of your business, and it's better for you to figure out how to do it rather than do it. So yeah, that's being paranoid. So you have to be paranoid. You have to anticipate all the stuff moves that you can't ever downplay the competition. I was at a business plan conversation this morning in college, and they were kind of being disciple of the competition. So you can't have do that. They asked trying to take data and this stuff, since existed, and if you're good, really, really good, you're going to spread into even harder, faster, better. So you have to be, very self-aware that you're good at and what other people are good at. And, a healthy dose of paranoia is very helpful. If you're not always learning to this minutes, I'm not constantly learning, if not just absorbing as much as I can absorb, someone else is going to kick my ass. The greatest source of your personal knowledge is when someone else knows more than you do. And if you're not learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have a trust in learning and acquiring information, you're as well. There's certain guys that just like I've seen, right? There's certain guys, that they have much memory and discipline. There's nothing may not be the most talented in the NBA, but his discipline and his focus to do what is necessary to be and combine it with 7 feet tall and be skilled. It makes him an amazing basketball player. So it's understanding that what skills it is, finding right way to use those skills and then going for it. It will take 50,000. It's a bit enough you pick the right industry. Whatever industry you take, if you not outwork everybody, if you try to be a little husband everybody, if you try to be better salesperson everybody, if you have you try to be better prepared everybody, you have a best chance because if you don't do it and someone else does, I have a saying, work life, someone take it all away from you. Work actually, someone else spending 2 hours, 24 hours working, 2 hours working, and away from, and that's kind of a way I look at it. Would you say it's the number one reason why people fail? Not necessarily what they make. It complete opposite. Like brands like effort. Like a parent say, okay, well, you know, don't just do the work and don't learn. You know, when you work in a room and you start business and you start talking about somebody that you're never coming with no competition, if you're going to be competition, it means somebody else who knows the business. That's what you do when you stay started. And if you don't work against what is the environment and still know more about business than you do and more about your customer, you know the rules. But most people don't do that. They don't do the work. They don't do necessarily they don't even know about business. I mean, do so to put in the effort to more about you, put it about anybody else. And that's the brand's part and that's effort's part as well. Because look, if you're competing with me, you better know what you're doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know, and you're not going to ask me. Also, you know, the combination is usually a key business all around more than anything. When I was always like, you will want something, you have to earn it. This credit, he never say no, you can't do that. So that is was selling carrots to make one class time, whatever it was, he never had me back. I just think it was important thing as anything. And you know, stop being, you know, you're in China and you don't know any better and you also learn and if you fail, it doesn't matter only what 9, 10, 12, 16, 21. Fellows were irrelevant. You know, whether you are, you know, 12, 16, you can choose uniform. I'm still being able to couch. You know, I have a car with a horn, the flower, you know, and I'm living that bump and I still did. And so they didn't have to lose. And I think so that influenced me as much as anything, you know, and I was like, go for it. You know what? Why not? Why? What have you got to lose? You also think like just like if we put 10 guys in beautiful them, okay, you could within a 10, 20 minutes into those studies, do this not gonna make it as a cheap picture. I mean I can typically tell. Right? I can tell by the passion, I can tell by their focus, I can tell by their preparation. You know, there are several hungry things in the business here, you know. Here's the business you're in and here's thousand things that influence whether or not you'll be successful. You know, through my experience in business, I can put myself in this position and say, okay, here 90, 100,000 things he's had to be aware of and then go through and ask. How many of those are issues that I'm able to rest already? It can give me the sense of how hard I will to work, you know. I can say about the questions they ask me, so all I have to do is say, okay, what do you want to know? I'm curious if you ever present in high school, so you were 40 years or 40 years, we know each other, who would pay you or being who are today? No, no, no chance, really, no chance. Tell me why. I mean, I had my good friends and, you know, we hung out and I was a hustler. There's no questions. I'm a hustler even in high school. Yeah, oh yeah, I knew the person is a big way. But I don't think people saw it. It was me, it was a lot of people look at me, he looked at this night to succeed. So in high school, you were a funny guy. You were always the guys that make people laugh. No, no, no. I was always competitive. I was not into. I was too bored. I was related. I was just decent. Wasn't a technology guy. I mean, I was to some. I was a business guy. I was a little reading about business all the time, reading business books all the time. You know, going to a student achievement. I was student achievement Greek. Why were you reading business book? Because I wanted. I went and wanted to play. You know, it's like in broad percentage with what buying and selling baseball cards, buying selling stamps, and I think I could also make money. I will host and try to do so it was. It's a percent, but I'm not so much worried. All my friends want to equip me so they wouldn't know. Two things there's a proven formula that if a brain cookie guy he got a lot of message when I'm but not knowledge too. Do you think if you follow formula he's going to make it cheaper? I don't know, so don't believe they're going to make it. No, because who knows who you are going to be competing with. You put two people both following the same formula part in the same industry, right? We could win, you know. Maybe they got win successful, but you know. So I don't think there's default template. For example, I think there's things that you can do to put yourself in the best position to succeed. Okay, so this is the end of the speaking today, and I feel really, really hard for myself today. That is, this speed, this speed is too fast for me, and there are some words I cannot even, you know, say it and then it pass away. You know, it's really hard in line at the middle of the video. Did you saw it? Like there are some parts they cannot roll out correctly, and then you have to go past because of the amount of the because of his speed. But anyway, I'm gonna improve in the next time. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe the day after tomorrow. Maybe, but I want to try it by my best. Okay, so that is there for today.